There will come a moment in recovery that is quite sneaky and terrifyingly convincing. You will tell yourself that you have finally outgrown your drinking problem and that you can drink normally again. This is a lie, and do not fall for it. You will feel stable, you will be proud of yourself, and a voice inside of you will whisper, I can drink like a normal person now, for I have learned, I have earned it, and I am fixed now. This is the alcohol in you that is speaking. It never lets go completely. And I tell you this, do not trust that voice, even for a single second. Because if you do, you will go back to where you have worked so hard to evade. Addiction speaks in a gentle tone, using that tone to lie straight to your face. And any time that you pick up that first drink to prove to yourself that you can handle it, addiction wins over you. And once you become a problem drinker, once you have struggled to stop drinking alcohol, know that you can't go back. You cannot moderate. You cannot drink like normal people do. It never works like that. Addiction doesn't operate like a gentleman. There is no gentleman's agreement with addiction. You cannot negotiate with alcohol. You cannot negotiate with the drugs. I know every single person who thought they could drink like normal people after some stint in sobriety have always ended up back to the point where they came from. And this time second, the struggle is more severe. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of dedication before you can eventually overcome your second or third stint in addiction. Even after 20 years of sobriety, nothing about alcohol, nothing about how alcohol works in your brain changes. What changes is only the memory of the wreckage that has been caused by alcohol that shifts and softens with time. You should never forget about the hell you were in before you became sober. And you should always remember that living through this hell is what eventually made you to rise above your addiction and become sober. So, do not let alcohol deceive you into going back. Never listen to that voice. Never give in to the desire and the thought that you are able to drink like normal people do. Because from the word go, you cannot drink like normal people. You don't have an off switch. And once you start, there's no stopping. Don't go back there. Don't make that mistake. Don't give in to the cunningness of alcohol. Don't give in to your addiction. Once you've been an addict, once you've had a problem with alcohol, know that you'll always be a candidate for addiction. That is why you have to watch out for relapses. That is how you have to be keen against cravings, desires. That is why you have to train your mind not to give in to the temptation, not to get comfortable in the fact that you are now able to overcome your addiction. You simply cannot drink like normal people do. You simply cannot drink a single drink and stop at that one. The moment you touch that first drink, you are gone, and the alcohol, the addiction wins, and then it's a battle again. It is shame and guilt again. It is back to square one, back to being called an alcoholic, back to being distrusted, back to not being the person you want yourself to be. Do not ever think that after being clean for some times, you can now use normally, that you can now use sparingly. It doesn't work out that way. It will never work out that way. Your mind doesn't forget how it felt when you used to drink. And the moment alcohol touches your lips, you'll want more of it. You will not be able to control yourself. You won't be able to say no. Once you give in to that demand, you've lost the battle. That is something you should never forget. That is something you ought to keep in your mind at all times, every day. You are still predisposed to alcoholism. It doesn't matter how many years you have been sober. It doesn't matter for how long you have been alcohol free. You are still a candidate for relapses. You are still a candidate for slip-ups. And the best way out is to never ever test that first drink. Never ever entertain the idea that you are now more learned, more experienced, that you understand alcohol more than or better than you did in the first time. Don't think that because years have gone by, because you have grown old, you are now mature enough to be able to handle alcohol. Alcohol cannot be handled by people like us, people who once had problems with alcohol. If you ever woke up late for work, if you ever wasted your money on alcohol, if you ever had to lie to get money to drink, if you ever had to call in sick for work when actually you are nursing a hangover, and you are able to overcome addiction, and you are able to work yourself out of alcoholism, then just know that you are still a candidate for addiction. And no matter how you look at it, no matter your thinking, no matter what you do, the moment you start drinking again, you are gone. I'm telling you this because I have thought so. I thought that maybe next time it will be different. I just take one drink and go. But it never worked out that way. Every time was the same. I ended up drinking, feeling shameful, feeling guilty, and I had to work myself out of a relapse. I'm grateful. I've never gone back to addiction. I always caught myself in good time and was able to get out of drinking before it became worse. But I can tell you, it costed me, and I wouldn't want to go back there anymore. I also wouldn't want you to fall back to those old shameful, hurtful ways because you thought you are now a better person. You are now better than alcohol or drugs. You are not and will never be. So take it from me. Keep away from alcohol. Keep away from drugs. You are better off that way, and this will help you maintain your sobriety.